Have you ever wondered what it truly feels like to grow older, alone? Not just physically alone, but emotionally, quietly, day after day. It's a reality many people experience, yet few talk about openly. There is often a quiet assumption that things will somehow work out, that family will always be nearby, that companionship will naturally remain. But life doesn't always follow that path. And when the house becomes quieter, when routines become more solitary, a different kind of awareness begins to appear. Today, we will explore 6 hard truths about aging alone, not to create fear, but to bring clarity, understanding, and strength. Because when we understand these truths, we can face them with dignity and wisdom. Let's begin with the first one. The first truth is this: silence becomes a constant companion. In earlier years, life is often filled with noise, conversations, responsibilities, movement. But as time passes, especially when living alone, the silence can become more noticeable. At first, it may feel peaceful, but over time, it can feel heavy. A 78-year-old man named Edward once described how his home felt after his wife passed away. He said, "It's not the big moments I miss, it's the small sounds, someone moving in the kitchen, a voice in the next room." Silence can remind us of what used to be, but it can also become something we learn to live with and even gently reshape with music, routine, or simple daily structure. The second truth is, independence comes with responsibility. Living alone offers freedom. You choose your routine, you manage your time, you live on your own terms, but it also means that everything rests on you. From managing health appointments to maintaining the home, there is no one immediately there to step in. A woman named Margaret, age 76, took pride in her independence, but she also realized the importance of planning ahead. She created simple systems, keeping important numbers accessible, arranging regular check-ins with a neighbor, and staying organized. Independence is powerful, but it works best when supported by preparation. The third truth is, emotional moments can feel deeper. Without someone nearby to share thoughts with, feelings can sometimes linger longer. Sadness, worry, or even joy may feel more intense when experienced alone. A retired teacher named Helen noticed that after difficult days, there was no one immediately there to talk things through. At first, this felt overwhelming, but over time she found ways to process her emotions, writing in a journal, taking quiet walks, and occasionally speaking with a trusted friend. Emotions don't disappear when we are alone, but we can learn gentle ways to understand and manage them. The fourth truth is, social connection requires more effort. When you live alone, connection doesn't always happen naturally. It requires intention. A phone call, a visit, a conversation initiated by you. A man named Peter realized that if he didn't reach out, days could pass without meaningful interaction. So he created a simple habit. Each morning he would call or message one person, just to check in. Over time, this small effort created a rhythm of connection in his life. Connection may require effort, but even small steps can make a meaningful difference. The fifth truth is, health awareness becomes more important. When living with others, small changes in health are sometimes noticed by those around us, but when alone, it becomes essential to listen carefully to your own body. A 79-year-old woman named Susan made it a habit to check in with herself daily. She paid attention to her energy levels, her appetite, and any unusual changes. She also kept regular medical appointments and didn't ignore small symptoms. Taking care of your health becomes not just important, but essential. The sixth and final truth is, meaning must be created intentionally. When routines become quieter, there can be a sense of emptiness if nothing replaces what was once there. But meaning doesn't disappear,
It simply needs to be created in new ways. A man named George, living alone at 80, decided to volunteer at a local library. He didn't go there to make friends. He went because it gave his days purpose, and that purpose quietly filled the space that once felt empty. Meaning is not always found. Sometimes it is built, one small action at a time. When you look at these truths together, something important becomes clear. Aging alone is not just about loss, it is also about adaptation, learning to live differently, to think differently, and to find strength in places you may not have expected. Yes, there are challenges, but there is also resilience, there is quiet strength, and there is the possibility of a life that is calm, intentional, and deeply personal. Now, we would love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced moments of solitude as you've grown older? Which of these truths resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your words may bring comfort to someone who is walking a similar path. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need this message. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.